What is going on, dudes? My name is Level13, and I'm your coach for Kansas City Nidokings, and welcome to our DBL Season 3 Week 8 matchup team prep versus Master Roshi and the Aston Villampharos. So, if you remember, we played him last game of last season, which was really the deciding factor if we were to go to playoffs or not. I got beat pretty damn badly, and we ended up missing out on playoffs because of that on differential alone. I think Sharp beat us by 2 overall. I don't remember. I feel like I built a fairly nice team to counter his. His team has Mega Gardevoir, Garchomp, Mew, which made me. He actually stole 2 Pokemon from me that I really wanted this draft. Mew including Staraptor, Empoleon, Nidoking, the other one, Rotom Heat, Drapion, Hitmonlee, Spiritomb, and Vileplume. There's a couple of things on here. Like, Staraptor is a huge threat, and it's probably, considering my team, the biggest threat on his team. Now, obviously, Mega Gardevoir hits like a truck. Drapion could be pretty intimidating. Spiritomb. We're going to lead off with Ravager here. Obviously, repping everyday team captain. There we go. With Return, Quick Attack, Earthquake, Knockoff. Kind of a typical set. It's always that 4th move. It's either Earthquake or Stone Edge or Close Combat or something else. The other ones are pretty similar, but the reason for this, Return is really, really powerful. Nothing on his team except for that Empoleon and the Rotom Heat actually resist it, so Return hits really hard on his team. Like, the Rotom Heat, unless it's a bold max defense, doesn't really want to take it anyway. And Knockoff will do a decent amount to that thing, get rid of its leftovers, because that would be most likely the thing they have. Quick Attack for anything that has some sort of priority. Or any Scarfers or anything like that. Could come down to a life or death situation versus the Staraptor, win or loss, you know. And Spiritomb, I typically carry Shadow Sneak because it's got an abysmal speed stat. And yeah, Earthquake is just because Earthquake hits better all around compared to other moves. He does have the Staraptor, which is immune to it because it is flying. Everything and the Rotom Heat, everything else takes damage from it. It's better than Close Combat or Stone Edge in this situation just because of everything it hits. And I keep thinking I'm seeing a hair out of the corner of my eye, and I'm not sure if I am. And then Knockoff, because Knockoff is a good move, just get rid of items. It's mainly for that Mew, because it'll do a lot of damage to the Mew if he's not like a physically bulky Mew, because freaking Ravager is a beast, man. We're rocking max attack, max speed with a Jolly Nature, 4 and special defense. By the way, I did not mention we are doing this on cartridge this week, so should hopefully be good. I'm excited for this match. Anyways, next up we have Egypt. So if you remember, Egypt came last week, and I believe she performed pretty well. She was Felicia last week. I don't remember. Anyways, hopefully she did well. But we're running a Flame Orb Magic Guard Psycho Shift set. And the reason I wanted to do this is to get off some burns. Like, if I can get a burn off on that Staraptor, if I can get a burn, because only Rotom Heat on his team is immune to the burn. So, if we can get burns on anything else, that'd be awesome. Just that extra damage. I mean, because he's got several physical attackers that are big threats. Staraptor, Mew can be a physical threat. Garchomp, Drapion, Hitmonlee. The Spiritomb isn't that big of a deal, but, and then, let's see, who was the other one? I was trying to remember. Drapion. I don't remember if I said Drapion. Either way, he's got some pretty big physical threats on his team, so if I can get a burn off, that'd be awesome. Trick is just to give the Flame Orb to something maybe like that Rotom Heat. That'd be pretty cool, because obviously the Flame Orb does nothing for it, and it does nothing against it. It would just be nice to be able to get its leftovers, because that most likely would it be running just anything. Give anything the Flame Orb, get it burned, that'd be really nice. Like, if you bring Scarf Mew, get a freaking Scarf in this thing. Mega Gardevoir is the only one immune to Trick on his team, so it works out nicely. Air Slash, because most powerful special air type move. Flying type move that this thing gets, and it just hits pretty nicely on his team. He's got the Empoleon and the Rotom Heat, which are his only resistances to it. And then Dark Pulse, because Dark Pulse hits the other 2 Pokemon that that take Air Slash well. It also hits, what else did the Mew. I think that was the only other reason I brought it. But yeah, so we're rocking max special attack, max speed, timid nature, 4 and special defense. And yeah, so I think Psycho Shift Egypt could be pretty fun. Last week he brought a Scarf one. Next up we have Joshi the Swampert rocking Rocky Helmet with Earth Power, Scald, Ice Beam, Stealth Rock. So we're once again rocking a special frickin' Swampert, because he's got let's see, what was it? There was a specific Pokemon that if you hit on the special side, it's better. I don't remember which one it was, but that was the whole reason I wanted to run that. Or maybe it's because I got better coverage and more damage with these moves. Maybe that could be it. Either way, Earth Power obviously hits everything but that Staraptor and the Rotom Heat, like I mentioned earlier. Scald hits pretty nicely on his entire team. Let's see, he is Vileplume, and I believe that's the only resistance Vileplume and Empoleon are the only resistances he has on his team, so Scald could also be very nice to pick up a burn. Ice Beam for that Staraptor, because that thing is probably our biggest problem, and the Vileplume, you know, the Vileplume doesn't resist it, so that's very, very nice. And I believe that is it. I mean, Ice Beam obviously will hit the Nidoking, the Garchomp, it'll obliterate the Garchomp, and then Stealth Rocks, if I can get up my rocks, just get some chip damage and a couple of those Pokemon. Staraptor is the, like, legit in my mind, Staraptor is the biggest threat, because a Scarf, because this Staraptor is super fast, and with Reckless, it obliterates, like, so many Pokemon on my team. Chansey gets one shot by this thing. So, that's why I didn't bring it, because I'd rather have more offense on the field. But that's, Joshy's my physical defensive wall for this week. And it can take, I believe, one, and obviously it can dish out an Ice Beam, and might be able to one-shot it. You never know. But we're rocking max HP, 248 in defense, and then 4 in special attack and 4 in speed. So you're probably wondering why I didn't run another 4 in special attack. The other 4 in special attack doesn't actually boost it any more stats. So that's just how the EVs spread out and work correctly. We're rocking Rocky Helmet, like, so if a physical attacker like the Staraptor or Garchomp or Mew or whatever hits him, they'll take 6 of their health, which is very nice. Next up, we have Voltar, the Raikou, who is shiny here, but won't be shiny, because, Eric, you didn't get him shiny! Doesn't matter. That's the only Pokemon, or actually, Voltar and Niwar and, obviously, Ravager. Doesn't matter. We're rocking the leftovers with Shadow Ball, Volt Switch, Thunder Wave, and Hidden Power Ice. So, running a specially defensive Raikou this week. Now, to be honest, with the Pokemon that I had left and I was thinking about it, I think Raikou matches up the best against his team. He has nothing super effective against me except for that Nidoking or the Garchomp, and even then I have HP Ice for them. I have Volt Switch so I can get a pivot off. Shadow Ball because it hits Pokemon like the Mega Gardevoir, like the Mew. It hits pretty nicely on those Pokemon, and then obviously HP Ice for that Garchomp, for the Nidoking, and the Vileplume, so very nice. We're rocking 244 in HP, 12 in special attack, and then 252 in special defense. So the reason I'm running 12 in special attack is because 8 EVs doesn't boost it by 2 stats, 2 points. This one does. So we have base 150 special attack, which is pretty cool. And then we're rocking a lot of H, because this thing is already really quick to begin with. It'll outspeed a good amount of his team. I don't know how many of them he will outspeed without speed investment. I should have probably did a little bit of speed creeping. Maybe I should do that, but you know what? At this point, it doesn't matter. Next up, we have Azur, the Azelf, rocking Assault Vest with U-turns and Headbutt, Knockoff, and Ice Punch. So the reason I wanted to run Assault Vest is because I had a full physical moveset. I really didn't want to run the Life Orb just because of it's kind of low HP stat. It's going to take probably a few hits while it's doing what it's doing. U-turn, obviously, to give me that pivot. Zen Headbutt, nice stat move. He's got the Drapion and Spiritomb are the only ones immune to it. And he's got a couple resistances like the Mega Gardevoir, the Mew, the Empoleon, so, you know. And then Knockoff to just get rid of some items. Mew, that's, once again, Mew, I believe Mew and Staraptor are his biggest threats to my team. And Knockoff will just get rid of anyone's item except for the Mega Gardevoir. And then Ice Punch for Nidoking and Garchomp, even though he probably wouldn't bring in the Nidoking against this thing if he even brings it, just because of this thing being a Psychic type and obviously having the ability to carry Psychic and whatnot. And I'm hoping to try to bluff a Scarf, and that, because that'd be really, really nice if we can bluff a Scarf, but obviously Pokemon like Mew, if he has no speed investment, will not outspeed me. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm talking about. But we're rocking max speed, max physical attack with a Jelly Nature and 4 in HP. And finally, the big man knee, we're rocking a Rocky Helmet. So I ended up deciding to bring more of a sweeping set. This thing is obviously very, very physically bulky, and that's why I'm also bringing the Rocky Helmet for, like, the Staraptor, because close combat doesn't even do that much. I think it does 40% or something like that. I ran the calc, I just don't remember what it was. No, I should actually run the calc right now, I can do that. So close combat only does about 20% to my Steelix. So, and that's Choice Banded. That is, no, never mind, that is Steelix at level 100. So, still, I do not get one shot by Gambit or close combat, so Niwer's pretty helpful in this situation. We've got Earthquake, nice stab move, hits everything obviously, but that Staraptor and the Rotom Heat. Stone Edge, for specifically, I mean, that would be really nice for the Rotom Heat, the Staraptor as well. Stealth Rocks, just in case Joshy is unable to get them up. Both of my physical walls are the ones carrying the rocks this week. And then Heavy Slam, because Heavy Slam works really nicely. He's got one resist, two resist actually, being that Empoleon and the Rotom. So, yes, and we were rocking almost max HP, max attack with 4 in defense and 4 in special defense. Obviously, the extra 4 in HP, I could put it there, but it wouldn't help because it doesn't boost it anymore. And just a little more in special defense would be very nice. And then just put 4 in defense just because it's very nice. So anyways, that is the team we are bringing for Roshi in the Aston Villampharos. I'm really hoping that I can redeem myself from last year. I sometimes want to say we, but it wasn't we, it was me who fucked up at the end of last season. He is 7-0. He is, I believe, the only undefeated team. I could be wrong. I think someone else is undefeated. Yeah, so Detroit, coached by Colton, they are undefeated as well. So when it comes to we're still in the playoff race. Like, we're not too far behind. I don't know how Ariadon's match will go, but I'm kind of competing with Ariadon at this point because we have well, actually, I'm competing with Chicago, Tampa Bay, and Kansas City. Oh, I'm Kansas City. I'm an idiot. So, I'm competing with 3 people to pick up that wildcard slot in, or one of the 2 wildcard slots in our division. So, I would love this week to go well. I would like to pick up a victory. That would be very nice considering how bad I did last week. So anyways, guys, that's where I'm going to be ending this team prep. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, just appreciate it. In the description, you'll find Roshi's channel as well as the DBL Twitter. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let's go, Nidokings.
Bitch, I'm the man. Give me my spot on that throne. They didn't want me to grow. They didn't know I would make all of them grow. I did it all on my own. Man, what was you when I was trapped in my zone? Never had nothing to own. Now it's all good. All of that frontin' is gone. I'm out here stunning for show. Bitch, I'm a pro. Same man, ain't shit change. Except all the money that I make, the honeys that I take. I can tell a dummy from a snake. Looking at me funny, what you ain't. Can't stomach how you fake.